The concept of time travel has always fascinated the human minds. It is something that we have yet to understand and perhaps to a certain extent out of human reach. Though that is not what most scientists had in mind. This concept is frequently present in physics, philosophy, as well as in writing fiction. In 1895, H.G. Wells popularized the idea that in order to travel through time, a time machine would have to be used. Despite the abundant research and interest on time travel, it still remains uncertain to this day. For now, time travel still remains a theory and a fascinating concept. However, if time travel ever exists, shouldn't we already be visited by time travelers by now? Or was it just something that is made up by the human mind? Today, we will look into the story of the man without a country, the mystery man from Taured. In 1954, a somewhat normal business day in Haneda Airport turned out to be a day far from normal. A neatly dressed middle-aged Caucasian man approached the officials after landing and told them that he was on a business trip. He said he had been to Japan countless times before. According to the officials working at the time, he could speak both French and Japanese quite fluently. Everything about the man seemed normal at first, but things started to become strange when the officer asked him where he came from. He casually stated that he was from a country called Taured. The airport staff were puzzled as they tried to figure out where Taured is. According to the man, it is located at the border between France and Spain. The staff then laid out a world map for the man to show where he came from. He pointed at Andorra and said that is where Taured should be, and it had existed for thousands of years. The officers were baffled because, clearly, looking at the map, a country called Taured does not exist. The traveler then presented them with his passport as proof of his origin. Looking at the passport, it was issued officially by the so-called country called Taured. He even showed the visa stamps from his previous business travels to Japan. The officials were dumbfounded and they didn't know what to do. Some of the officials believed the man and some don't. Eventually, they decided to investigate the matter further and in the meantime gave the man a room at a nearby hotel. This is until they figure out who he was and what's going on. As a precaution, a pair of armed guards were stationed outside of his room. The officials contacted the company he said he was having a meeting with, but the company he mentioned had no idea who the man was or even the company he said he represented. Even the hotel he claimed to have reserved had no reservation under his name whatsoever. The bank that issued his checkbook couldn't be found anywhere either. Thinking that they had caught a criminal, they decided to further question the man. However, when they entered his room the next morning, the man vanished. Of the two ways out of his room, the lack of a balcony and a recognized escape attempt ruled out the window. Neither guard noticed movement within the room either, and the door was certainly not open all night long. What's even weirder is that all of the man's personal documents, such as his checkbook, passport, and driver's license, had also disappeared from within the airport security room. To this day, this event is considered to be one of the world's most puzzling mystery of all time. Who was the man from Taured? Did the man came from another dimension? What was his purpose? Is the man somehow from the future? What do you think? I hope you enjoyed today's episode of The Enigma, and as always, I hope to see you again very soon.